right, we got a fun one today.
Yeah, we do.
Yep. They're all fun. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, let's be real. Everything's fun.
This is,
this is a gentleman named ReneZZ.
Yeah, ReneZZ, I think is what they say, but I always just say ReneZZ because ReneZZ sounds complicated for me.
A little bit.
Him and his homie fellas, his audience is the homie fellas.
The homie fellas?
They're a big fan of me. They tag me in all his stuff, or all of his stuff, and I get tagged in, or he gets tagged in all of my stuff.
Nice.
Still, like all the time. People are always looking for ReneZZ to do, or ReneZZ to do more features on me, and I've collaborated with this dude a number of times, and right away people might think, well, he's not super modified. Why you want to talk about this guy, right? But like, this guy has honestly done the same thing like I'm looking to do, but on a higher scale, and like it's kind of the Lord's work in my opinion, because he's bringing body mods out.
Yeah,
like he's showing the good side of it, and he's taking it out of the closet. He's doing these interviews and features with really extreme people.
Yep.
And showing the positive side of it, and
humanity.
And making it seem less insane, right?
Yeah.
Like he's that 30-minute sit-down interview with Black Alien. I don't know who else would have done that.
No.
Like, it's really just new media.
Yeah,
it's not like they're going to have him on CNN or something.
No, and if they are, they're just having him there as a spectacle.
Yeah, exactly. It's spectacle. It's not giving him a chance to actually, like, relay information and go through the process of what he's up to. And like, so he's done the same thing with me. I've done a couple interviews with him. He's done a feature on me. We did the one here. And it's always fair. Like, just wanting to know more. And the more this guy looks into the body mod world, the farther he's going to. But what I find fascinating about him is he's not a tough guy. Like, he doesn't act like he's, oh, I can take the pain. Like, he's numbing and he's
that's
having
fair.
a hard time.
Yeah, of course.
He had a hard time with his stomach, but
I don't doubt it.
Blackout was a big deal, and that's kind of cool to me, because he's showing, like, I'm a normal dude showing this stuff and how it feels and the process of it. And I really feel like there needs to be more of these guys doing
I completely agree.
I wish I could get to a level where I could do the same thing, because he's doing it mostly for Spanish-speaking people.
Yep.
Where we don't really have that for English or for North American people.
No, definitely not.
There's a little bit of crossover. Like, obviously, a lot of people know who he is now because he's got a huge following, but like, it's not mainstream in North America.
No, but body mod in general is not.
No.
You know what I mean? Like, we're still in the very infancy of it, in my opinion. Like a lot of the rest of the world is farther ahead than we are.
Oh, for sure. And
that's like almost in tattooing in general.
Yeah.
Like, I know that North America has a lot of money, and like there's some high value tattooers. Like, I know a lot of the guys from Russia come over to the U.S., like Troshin and all those guys, so they can get high dollar. But you know, the American market is not fully developed, I would say. Well,
I remember when I first seen ReneZZ, I seen him on Instagram, and he was kind of small. He had a pretty small account. I think it was around 100K when I first seen it, and his account just grew like crazy. And it's because his YouTube was just huge.
Yeah.
And so the crossover from YouTube to other social media is pretty good.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, the crossover the other way isn't so good.
It's pretty rough.
I've been screaming about my YouTube channel for years.
Hot minute, yeah.
And I still get people all the time who are like, wow, I didn't know you had a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
It's like, you know how fucking frustrating that is?
Yeah. Oh, I know.
So
we've been doing this for a minute.
Like, people have wondered how I've grown to the size I have, and a lot of that is like networking and communicating with people like this, where like he's given me some tips for YouTube over the years, and the videos that I've done with him have been really helpful. It was really cool to see him take a step into Blackout himself. I don't know how far he's going, though. I haven't talked to him, like, if he's going to do any more, or if he's just doing the one black arm, because he's a busy guy. It's not like we're chatting all the time.
Yeah.
Usually if we are talking, it's like business, like, hey, can you do this thing in a video?
Yeah.
But he started a TikTok recently, and it was actually him that gave me the idea to use my TikToks on my YouTube, because he's like, you're throwing away content there.
Yeah, really. Yeah, that was an eye-opener in my opinion.
Yeah, it really was. But, yeah, no, I have a lot of respect for Rene. And before he was an influencer, He was, I believe, a deathcore singer as well.
Oh, cool.
So that was kind of his starting point. He already had a leg up. I don't know what band he was from, though. This is where I wish, like obviously it's a Spanish-speaking thing, right?
Yeah.
But, like, I didn't know who he was before, but apparently people already knew him, so that probably helped him get started, too.
Yeah, yeah.
When you're starting off,
personality already.
It's like when I was saying about the Joe Rogan thing on our podcast, where it's like, yeah, he started small, but people already knew who he was.
He was already Joe Rogan.
So, like, when you're already someone, it's a little easier to get the ball rolling, I think.
Oh, I think so, too.
You got people more willing to have a look at you. But, yeah, this whole thing with the homie fellas got pretty fun. Like, they started doing memes and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, they did the one of me, like, I did a picture of me standing, covering my crotch. And they did the meme where it was what my mom sees when I get my first tattoo. Yeah. Versus what my first tattoo actually looks like.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Yep.
And then they did one where I'm part of the X-Men with ReneZZ and a couple other guys, ReneZZ.
This one here. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so a bunch of body mod figures. I will say I'm a little sad I'm not closer to the front.
That's fair. I can understand that.
But I mean, there's some pretty interesting people here. So you got an Island Boy in there.
That's sad. Hasbulla's in there.
Black Alien. There's Daiko Kaido Nero. And I know this guy, but I don't know his name right now.
Yeah, I know. We should probably talk about him at some point, too.
Oh, yeah. And then this guy here. I can't remember his name right now either. But he's one people have already been asking me to react to, too. But, like, I love these bodysuits. Don't get me wrong. But they're a little farther down on my list right now.
Yeah, that's fair.
I want to talk about, like, I'm not saying they're not unique.
Yeah.
But I want, like, real individuals that I connect with in some way right now.
Yeah.
So we're going to get probably to all these guys, but I'm going down a long list.
Yep. And hopefully we'll connect with them beforehand, you know?
But, yeah, I needed to talk about Rene. For a while, I was thinking about doing this one. Just because I feel like his contribution to body mod is invaluable. And we need
I agree.
More people doing that.
Yeah, and like it's interesting to me that like you haven't seen many people get to a place where he is at with this type of like giving language to this area of life, this body mod community. Like body mod just tends to be so kind of secretive almost, even within each other. Like the amount that there is communication between elements that are in the body mod communication is in the community is pretty low. Yeah,
there's so much in the dark where it's like it would be nice if there was more language, more vocabulary around some of this stuff. Like I get so many questions and I do my best to answer most of them, but I can't do it on an individual level. That's why I like having these kinds of conversations.
Yeah.
Because like I feel like if the information is out there, people will find it. But I just talked about this on a vlog I did the other day. There was this full color tattoo done over blackout, and like there was no word about how it was done. This is many years ago. It's like 10 years ago I seen this thing, and it was like, how did that happen? No one said anything. And then it was just kind of swept under the rug. I want that kind of stuff to be out in the public domain. I want it to be public knowledge how we do this stuff. I want it to be public knowledge what goes into a tongue split or some of the operations that Black Alien Project has done. I want to know more about that stuff, not less. It kind of makes it more human, you know?
Well, and it makes it less in a vacuum. Anything that's done in a vacuum is just usually more dangerous.
Yeah.
Because, like, if you don't know what... This is one of the things that we see with all these blackout fails, right?
Yeah.
Where it's like, if more people were talking about what it takes to do a blackout and there were less tattooers being like, yeah, whatever, man, I can black out, no problem. Like, if there was more language around it, people would have less of these issues.
For sure.
And, you know, I think that's good things. We want to move towards better versions of things.
And, like, even just looking at this meme here, it kind of makes it, like, less serious. It's more of a good time, less of a scary time.
Yeah.
So I'm in big support of this guy's presence and his role in all of this.
Yeah.
Even though he's not doing the most extreme stuff himself, he's doing a lot of legwork for the extreme guys.
Yeah.
Right. He's doing a lot to bring that out and make it make sense.
Yeah. I also like that his tattoo. What would you call it? he has that thing of like his tattoos are escalating as he's escalating. You know what I mean? And I quite like that.
Farther into it, he's getting more involved in it himself.
Yeah.
And he's a handsome guy.
Oh yeah,
he's a good ambassador for this stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
He's got he's really charming and really good looking dude, and just kind of the right person for the job.
Yeah.
I think.
That's like part of selling the body mod community. You kind of need some dimes to be like talking about it, you know?
Yeah,
it's important. Makes it more approachable.
Yep.
You know, it's this whole sales thing of tattooing.
Yep.
But yeah, I think what he's doing is dope.
Yeah, I'm a big fan.
Yeah,
and,
hell yeah.
I look forward to collaborating more with him in the future.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So, yeah.
All right. See you next time.